I bring to the witness stand Bill Gates, who is one of our usual suspects in IT systems that don't do well on the tin. And he may be guilty on several counts, but he's still at large, although he doesn't have much day-to-day involvement with Microsoft anymore. We like the fact that he was, as a young man, photographed. Most people in America have these shots apparently, because they've been, this was a minor traffic violation, I think, and they all get their mugshots taken. But you'll be pleased to know that back in the 80s, Bill Gates said there are no significant bugs in our released software, at least not that any significant number of users want fixed. Has anybody had a blue screen of death? Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? Yeah, somebody use Vista. Okay. Okay. Well, Windows 7 is probably what Vista always also has been. Yeah. That's perhaps another story. Yeah. But the issue really with bugs is part of the reason that IT often fails to do what it says on the tin. What can we do about it? There's an issue that I feel very embarrassed that I actually knew what Donald Rumsfeld was talking about with his known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns. And there are several domains in which this paradigm works. I'm not sure international weapons of mass destruction is one of them. But software development is definitely one of these areas where there are known knowns. So in terms of bugs, the known knowns are the bug list that the developers have that know exist, and they're working their way through them. And they will release software at some point in working their way through. And hopefully, they've got the significance of those bugs right, and you'll get something that's relatively free of significant bugs. There are also known unknowns in software development, aren't there? There are things that they know that don't work, but they don't know why they don't work or how to fix them. But the known unknowns are the things like, I'll give you another example later. In fact, I'll leave that till later, an example of the known unknown. And then there's the unknown unknowns. These are the bugs that actually haven't come to light yet. Some of those bugs are being introduced by fixing the bugs that they do know about them, so it's a bit of an iterative process. And they'll fix them if you're lucky in the potential disaster recovery that you might have to do. I thought that's the 20th century version of the ascent of man, but I thought there's actually, with the increasing obesity crisis that is looming, perhaps that's the 21st century version of that. So with that, thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, Brian. Anybody got any questions for Brian?